How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Sports by Dustin here, bringing you guys the top NBA slash MLB plays for Monday, April 29th. We're going to hop into it. The very first play is going to be Clark Schmidt under 16.5 pitching outs. And as you guys know here on the channel, we do use the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer to find these plays, the AI slip generator, all the tools here on Daily Grind Fantasy to find our plays by comparing sportsbooks lines and odds directly back to apps like PrizePicks, Underdog, etc., to find the best possible value known as plus EV betting, right? Where we're trying to find value for long-term success, right? It's all about the long term, getting some closing line value. That way, we can go ahead and beat the market, get the best possible price on PrizePicks comparing to the market. And by getting Clark Schmidt under 16.5 pitching outs, we are doing that. If you look across the market, minus 135, minus 135, minus 160, minus 165, minus 140. Average odds of minus 146 for Clark Schmidt to go under 16.5 pitching outs will lock him in. And now, I know most of you guys probably don't want to play these CS2 plays, but if you were going to play one, I would suggest playing Art Frost under 32.5 kills in maps 1 and 2, but only if you are going to middle it on Underdog, right? You can see that basically the other two are agreeing that this should be set at 31.5, Hot Streak and ParlayPlay. You got Underdog set lower at 30.5, and then you have PrizePicks set higher at 32.5. If you take the over of 30.5 on Underdog and the under of 32.5 on PrizePicks, you have a 2-kill middle. Lands on 31 or 32, you actually win both bets. If not, obviously you win one, but if you give yourself a percentage chance to win both of those bets, if you were to go ahead and middle it. Then, next up, what we are actually going to add into our slip are these next couple plays for MLB for um, NBA tonight. Bobby Witt Jr. over 9 fantasy score. Let's go ahead and add that into our slip. Oop. So Bobby Witt Jr. over 9 fantasy score. Now I know there's not a fantasy score market on the sports books, right? But when we look at Daily Grind Fantasy, what this does is it takes the even lines for those sports books that make up PrizePicks hitter fantasy score, right? And then gives it a would-be fantasy score, what they would be projecting this at based on what they have the player projections for the rest of the stats that make up that fantasy score. So they would have this projected right around 10, 10.1 fantasy score. So off by about at least one fantasy score, let's say, with the 54.27% odds to hit for this play. Aaron Gordon, under 1.5 blocks plus steals. The market has this average odds of minus 141. Remember, on PrizePicks, we are getting these plays at minus 119 in 5 or 6 man flexes. So let's go ahead and add in Aaron Gordon under 1.5 blocks plus steals for tonight against the Lakers. Up next, Jalen Williams under 10.5 rebounds and assists. Average odds of minus 140. So over the long term, guys, getting these plays that have minus 140, minus 150 average odds across the market at minus 119 is a big deal, right? It's going to create hidden profit as we play this over the long term because basically we're playing a play at minus 119, the best possible odds that the rest of the market is saying, hey, we're pricing this at minus 140, minus 145, minus 150 because this has a solid chance to hit whatever projection we are saying here on the optimizer, obviously. But it's saying that the sportsbook market, the models, the $1 million models are saying this has a good chance to hit. PrizePicks is pricing it at minus 119 because they don't change your payout for taking the over and under. So you are getting it the best possible odds, and the market's telling you, hey, this has a great chance to hit. PrizePicks is pricing it as if it has a lesser chance to hit just because they're a set payout platform. So Jalen Williams under 10.5 rebounds and assists. So that is sitting us at a 4 pick. We do need 5. We'll go ahead and get a refresh off and see where we're at. So Jamal Murray just popped up over 11.5 rebounds plus assists as one of the better plays. So let's go ahead and add in Jamal Murray, favored over 11.5 across the market, right? And then FanDuel's even bumped this up to 12.5. So we can go ahead and get this before it bumps. Let's see. Murray. Jamal Murray over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Awesome. So that's going to be a 5 flex here on PrizePicks for our first for our first slip, right? So lock this in. If you go ahead and get it locked in, Clark Schmidt under 16.5 pitching outs, Bobby Witt Jr. over 9 hitter fantasy score, Aaron Gordon under 1.5 blocks with steals, Jalen Williams under 10.5 rebounds and assists, Jamal Murray over 11.5 rebounds and assists. So that's going to be the first slip. Make sure you guys get that in, tail it. I am going to go ahead and give you guys another slip off the Daily Grind Fantasy AI slip generator. What this does is it builds literally full slips for you to tail. So instead of doing what I just did, building it out yourself, plugging it in, you just literally get told what to play. Sometimes they're correlated slips. Sometimes they're slips where it finds the value based off the optimizer and what the sports books are at. And then sometimes it's line comparing in general is what it does. It line compares to find you guys the best props. But this slip, for instance, is going to be a correlated CS2 slip. If you guys don't know about correlation in CS2, overs on in the same game for each side, one person on this team, one person on the other team that they're going up against, overs or same team unders or same game unders. Sorry. So that's what we have here. So Krisen, let's go here to CS2. And look, I don't know anything personally about CS2, but I do know that, sorry, this is going to be an over, that correlation in CS2 works, right? Taking the 2 overs, right? If we're taking 2 overs, what are we needing? We are needing more rounds. Whenever there's more rounds, more opportunities for kills. So we just need this game to stay closer. That's what we're at least rooting on. But very, very clutch to have this to find the best correlated props as well as the best possible value of where you can get these plays at. So we're going to be taking the unders in this game. So obviously, if it's a blowout, that's probably best case scenario. If there's, however, if there's just less rounds, less opportunities for kills, just like I mentioned with the overs, more rounds, more opportunities for kills. Golden and GXX. But yeah, this tool literally just plugs. You just plug and play straight from the slip generator here. I need to make sure that isn't over. Okay, and then GXX. It's literally that simple. So that's going to be the next slip. That's going to be a 25x payout for 6 of 6, obviously. Remember, if you guys want access to the tools at Daily Grind Fantasy, linked in the description of this video, you guys can get access to both the optimizer or the AI slip generator if you guys do want access to that. Linked in the description of this video. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you're still here. I would appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one.